Hey guys, how's it going? So, I went to the Lansing rally today, and this was a Patriots rally. Basically, the good people of Michigan, the hardworking people that want to get back to work, but also we want our life and our liberty and our pursuit of happiness back. Where we've lived under a governor here in Michigan who has not only had the most stringent and strict orders and quarantines, but has come off as a tyrant in many of our opinion. Just gone so far with her orders and little rhyme nor reason, except for the fact that she keeps infringing upon our God-given rights on a daily basis. So we went to the rally. It was pouring rain, just like I thought it would be. But I'm going to show you guys some clips here in the next couple minutes. But let me just say this. I had a great time. I got to see some friends. Got to be reunited with old friends that I hadn't seen in a while. And just to be with everybody there. Everybody was so cool. Everybody was so nice. We were focused on the fact of getting Michigan opened up again and protecting our rights that the government did not grant us, but are supposed to protect. And when they're not protecting our rights, it's up to us to protect our own. And that's exactly what we were doing. So, great time. I just want to let you guys know, because a lot of the news out there is fake. Everybody was so polite, so well-mannered. It was a family-friendly atmosphere. Many people were armed, open carrying. Nicest, politest people you've ever met. Some of the Michigan militia groups were there providing security for the event. And it went off without a hitch. So, there was no trouble there whatsoever. Everybody was having a good time. And there were a lot of people there. I saw in a news article maybe a couple hundred people were there. Look, I didn't count, but there was well over 1,000. I'm going to roll in some footage here. You can decide for yourself. But there were a lot of people there, especially with the rain. So this is obviously something that's important. And I was just honored to know there's so many fellow Patriots in Michigan that I could hang out with. And it was good to see so many viewers there and people that I hang out with online. Got to meet some of you guys face to face. So shout out to all of you who came out there. It was my pleasure to meet you guys. Trust me. So I started off. Before the actual rally really got going, I had a little business to take care of. So I went into the Capitol building, went into the House area, right outside the House chamber, and I waited for a couple of the representatives to show up. And I saw my representative, Joe Bellino, who I've talked about before. He's a good one, guys. He's a true patriot. Talked to him for at least 5 or 10 minutes. He took time to talk to, one of his constituents. And we talked about, things like getting the economy open back up again, gun rights, and just basically trying to get things back on track, getting out from underneath this governor's rule, if you know what I mean. So we had a good conversation. Also ran into Representative Stephen Johnson, the one that's the author of those 2 pro-gun bills that I just talked about the other day. I'll put the link down in the description just to refresh your memory. Keep calling, guys. He heard from you. He's aware. Just keep supporting these pro-gun bills. We have to work with people like Representative Johnson, Bellino, people like that. Okay? She's trying to tread on our rights, and they're trying to legally stop her. So we need to have their back because they're the people that represent our wishes, and our wishes are obviously no gun control whatsoever, right? So talk to those guys. And a couple things happened today. I'm going to get to the rally in 1 second. So basically, Governor Whitmer wanted to extend the state of emergency for 28 more days. 28 more days. Basically, she has the most power she's ever had, in my opinion. She doesn't want to get rid of it, right? It's pretty obvious. I'm pleased to announce that not only did the House and Senate not extend her emergency, so she's going to have to try to go on her own outside of the rule of law if she wants to do it. Now, she says she can still do it, but we'll see what happens, because there was a resolution passed in the House that gives the Speaker of the House, Lee Chatfield, the power to actually sue her, if she does. And in the Senate, a bill that's very similar passed that gives Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey the ability to actually sue on behalf of the people for what she's doing, just infringing on so many of our rights. So we're going to see what happens with all of that, but I will tell you this. Lee Chatfield stood up and said, we have three separate branches in Michigan. The legislature is going to be heard. We're going to sue if we need to. And they now have the resolution to do that. Same thing with Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey. He basically said the same thing, and he had some pretty strong words. So the Michigan Legislature did do the right thing. The two representatives I mentioned earlier, Bellino and Johnson, they both voted the right way. They did not vote to extend her emergency orders, and they both voted for the resolution to allow them to sue on behalf of the people, you know, to stop the governor of Michigan from doing what she's doing. So, all right, I'm going to show you guys a quick little tour of the Capitol, and then we're going to go out and just some of the people I was hanging out with, and you'll see, we had a good time. So here's me walking into the Capitol building right now to go see a couple of the Michigan representatives. Here we are. So while I was waiting for the House to go into session, I went back outside and I ran into my buddy Mike Detmer. He's running for United States Congress, Michigan's 8th Congressional District. I endorse Mike Detmer. He's a good one. I'm going to roll in another video in the next day or two of his speech, but here's a quick video of him and I just talking about being patriots. Hey guys, how's it going? Here in Lansing with Mike Detmer, United States Congressman to be in the 8th Congressional District. We got to get him in, guys.
Take a look at this crowd behind us. It is absolutely crazy. There are people coming in left and right. They're also gridlocking the streets. It's amazing. Patriots here standing for freedom. That's what this is all about. And it shouldn't just happen when tyranny strikes. It should happen every single day, all the time. But that's what this is about. This is patriots coming together to defend freedom and to make sure that we have a country left when this is all over with.
And everybody's so polite here. Everyone's getting along, having a great time. Just families here, patriots, everything. It's nice.
You have to get a vaccine or go 30 days without any new cases of COVID-19. Now, other people have already spoken how the numbers are lied and manipulated. You will never get 30 days when there's not a new case. That is intentional.
Then I walked over to the other side of the stage, and guess who I found? Michigan's own Jerry Wayne. Now, a lot of you guys know him as Mr. AR-14. He's the one that I did the video out about a month back. It made national news, and it was so cool. Joe Biden came into Michigan. Jerry Wayne, factory worker, you know, asked him about the Second Amendment. And Biden said he was going to take his AR-14 and then offered to rough him up a little bit. Jerry stood his ground, and since then he's become an ambassador for the Second Amendment for the state of Michigan and, quite frankly, the whole country. And I got to sit and hang out with him for quite a while, and what a good, humble guy. Just a regular old dude, you know, you just guy you could hang out with, and I'm sure I'm going to hang out with him again in the future. So here's a quick clip of Jerry Wayne and I hanging out. Mr. AR-14 himself that stood up to Joe Biden. So right on, Jerry. It was awesome hanging out with you, man. And we all appreciate you standing up to tyranny and telling the presidential candidate, the former vice president, basically to go pound sand. Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm here at the Patriot rally, Lansing, Michigan, on the Capitol, and I have Jerry Wayne, Mr. AR-14 himself.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing? We're just out here to make sure that we're not going to be treaded on, trying to make a difference. Joe Biden wanted to take it outside, and that's what we're doing. We're taking it outside.
We're right here. We're bringing it, and we're not going to give up on liberty. We can be safe and have liberty at the same time.
That's right. If you guys want to be a part of the movement, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Jerry Wayne, AR-14.
Awesome. And of course, I ran into my good buddy Rick, Michigan for 2A Sanctuary Counties Livingston. Always good to see him, and Shout out to Rick and Rob over there. Great guys. They're really still working on the Second Amendment movement in Michigan. So shout out to all my friends in Livingston County. You guys are awesome. And thanks for the really nice 2A sign. You guys can thank those guys for that, actually. Say hi to Rick from Livingston County. You don't recognize him, but I promise you it's him. Alright, so I continue to have fun. Just, again, so many cool people. Patriots. It was awesome. And then, the House was in session. And normally, there's a viewing parlor for you to watch your representatives as well as the senators vote. Well, they had closed off the viewing area for the House underneath the governor's social distancing. So, here's what was going on inside the rotunda. People basically saying, let us in. We want to watch these people vote. Now, they ended up voting the right way. However, still, that's besides the point. When you're under tyranny like we are right now, people want it in. So here's a couple angles of what was going on in there. And this is why I want to show you guys this. When the mainstream news says nobody was involved, nobody cared, don't believe it if you hear those reports. You'll see it yourself. This is video footage I took inside the Capitol building, right outside of the House chambers. Patriots demanding, we want to be heard, and trust me, they could hear inside. They could totally hear when they were doing their voting. Alright, so there you guys have it. The Patriots rally, Freedom Rally in Lansing, Michigan. Talked to some legislators, talked to some friends, met some new friends, fellow Patriots, just had a great time in general. And we're telling Gretchen, no. And for all of you that aren't in Michigan, you know, I encourage these throughout the rest of the country for fellow Patriots to get together in solidarity and let them know, hey, we have a voice. You can see, we were out on the lawn. We went into the Capitol building, and the Michigan Legislature actually listened. They did not extend Whitmer's call for another 28 days of emergency. We're working on some more pro-gun bills in Michigan here. I'm going to have more follow-ups later with some of the representatives that I talked to today, and it was a great time. I'll probably do another follow-up video in the next day or two showing you guys a little bit of the speeches, but I just kind of wanted to do the behind-the-scenes part that you're not going to see on any of the news stations. And for those of you that I met, thank you so much for coming out and stopping just to say hi to me. And it was really cool meeting all you guys and just hanging out with friends. So, alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one.